Tell us about Boston Pads. Oops.
So I've been almost 20 years in real estate, and what we did was we developed Boston Pads out of the need and the necessity to provide unique data services and information and technology services to real estate offices. And so Boston Pads developed out of a need from us having a real estate company. For instance, we had Boardwalk properties, and it needed more technological advancements, so we started building them into a opportunity to allow better technology to come down to small local real estate offices. So what we did was we had Boardwalk properties, and it expanded rapidly through some of the technology innovations that we did through Boston Pads. And then we acquired Next Gen Realty, we acquired Jacob Realty, we acquired Douglas Paul, we built another Boardwalk Properties office out in Mission Hill, and then we recently partnered with a company in South Boston called Blair Capital. So we're powering 6 different offices with some very unique technologies that allow them to have a competitive advantage in the marketplace. What we've done is we've built a series of hyper-local microsites, and we did that about almost 15 years ago. And that was one facet of it. So, for instance, if you're a landlord and you own properties in, say, Alston, we can put them up on alstonpads.com. And so landlords are hyper-local. They want to have a domain name and also have their marketing spread for their specific unit that they can relate to or that they understand. And so we'll take a listing and we can syndicate it to a bunch of hyperlocal websites, also social media pages, Facebook, and a bunch of other social media platforms, and get it out there so that we're almost omnipresent. And so we've got watermarks, we've got all kinds of unique, innovative ideas that get that item or that get that listing out to the widest variety, so you get the best opportunity to rent it. And so we truncate the time for landlords to get their properties leased and or sold through the way we hyper-local market. And so aggregately, we have about 80 websites up in the greater Boston area. So, and they'd be along these lines. So you'd have Alston Pads or Brighton Pads or Beacon Hill Pads or Back Bay Pads or North End Pads, South End Pads, and the like. And then we also have some local apartment websites such as southbostonapartments.com, eastbostonapartments.com, jamaicaplainapartments.com. So you can kind of see that we've really done a lot of search engine optimization in very, very hyper-local areas. And then we have marketing that reflects that. And then that drives both landlords and customers to a smaller sales cycle, or having more organized data so they can make better oriented decisions. And it speeds up the pipeline both for the landlord and for the consumer and the real estate agent.